Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday. I hope you are doing well today. I am coming to you live in our Facebook group and on my YouTube page to talk to you today about Canva and how you can step up your social media marketing with, oh, hang on, let's see. That's not working again. How you can step up your social media marketing using Canva. Most of the people in this group are already using Canva. So um, I am shocked because I feel like almost every week I find someone that doesn't know about Canva. If you don't know about Canva, Canva is a freemium tool that allows you to do, I guess, sophisticated and high class design on a budget, and a lot easier than the tools that I use for H Consulting, which is my marketing consulting business. And we use Adobe Creative Cloud, which is a lot more expensive to run, and a lot more complex. A lot of people that are traditionally graphic designers have learned how to use those tools, and they are a lot more sophisticated and, again, a lot more difficult to use than Canva. So Canva makes designing easier for everybody. So I think it's just really important to share and highlight. Okay, so today let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be sharing. So our agenda is we're going to talk a little bit about, well, I sort of covered a little bit about what is Canva, and you can reach Canva at canva.com. We're going to talk a little bit about where you can find images and how to get images. So there's two ways you can do Canva. One is the free plan, and then one is the premium plan. On the premium plan, you get more images that come from a bunch of different places, but I'm going to give you guys some ideas on some other places that you can do with that. And then let's see if we can pull this full screen. There we go. And then we can also talk about, we're going to talk a little bit about how to create from a template. And I'm going to give you a lot of cautions on creating from templates. I love creating from templates, but there's also a lot of cautions about that because you can get a little too creative at times. And then we're going to talk about how you create from scratch. So this is one of my favorite quotes. Go green for anybody who's Michigan State. I have my MBA from Michigan State, but Jeff Richards, who's a professor there, said, "Creative without strategy is art. Creative with strategy is advertising." So I encourage you, when you're creating your creative images for your social media, that you are considering using strategy with it. So again, we talked a little bit about what Canva is. It's a freemium tool that allows you to create high-level design for not a lot of money. It's about, I think, $119 a year for a professional version. If you are a nonprofit, you can actually get that for free. So who doesn't love free? I love free. Okay, so let's go back over here. Okay, so this is Canva. This is an old shot of the dashboard. So welcome, Kendra. You can click up here in the create a design option, and then you can also just go ahead and pick whatever it is that you want to create, which is pretty neat. You can access your recent designs and what's been shared with you. And even if you create for social media, you can actually schedule things in here to post, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's keep going. One of the most important things before you start designing is going to be about where you can get images. And the reason I want to bring this up and point this out is because Canva doesn't always have an image that's going to work for you. And Canva images are royalty free and free to use. All right. But you cannot just do a Google image search. I want to caution you on that. I just had a conversation with somebody and they told me, "Oh, well, the chances of us getting caught are slim none." I'm like, they've gotten much more sophisticated in past years on searching for things that are violating copyrights. And so, as somebody that deals in a lot of creative stuff, I like to respect copyrights as much as possible, and I encourage you to do so too. So when you're looking at this Google image search, if you Google an image like cats, and maybe I could actually do that for you guys. If you Google cats, you're going to find certain images. But if you change your filter to things that you could actually use, most of the images that you really like aren't available and you can't use them. So where do you find images? So if you want to look for images, I've got my favorite sites for you. We have unsplash.com, which is amazing. I'm waiting for them to add that to a paid account at some point because they were purchased not too long ago by Getty. And so Getty owns like 90% of the images in the world. So I'm waiting for that. So thank you very much. Hi, Angie. It's good to see you. So I forgot to mention, go ahead and feel free to talk in the comments. I'd love to see you. If you have any questions along the way, please let me know. Elizabeth is also helping me. So don't forget to enable StreamYard so we can see your comments. It's streamyard.com/Facebook. So you can actually just go there and enable it so we can see your picture like you can see mine. And we're going to post all of the links that we're talking about in here so that you can see all of that information. So we got canva.com, unsplash.com, Pexels is pexels.com. That's another freemium site. So they also have video, which I like about Pexels. So if you're looking to create some things with some free video, Pexels got some good B-roll for you there. And then we've got Pixabay. Pixabay is another one that will give you some different free images. So free is always good. Respecting copyrights is always really good. So I'm a big fan of respecting copyrights. Again, like I said, so don't just do a Google image search. If Canva does not have built into either your free or your premium plan images that you want to use, I want you to just be cognizant of that and the fact that you just can't use those images necessarily. So let's go ahead and create some templates to create some graphics. So let me stop sharing. Ooh, I gotta be on the right screen here. Let me stop sharing so I can switch over to my browser because I pulled up Canva for you. So I'm going to go ahead and now share my screen. And then so I can share full screen and you can see, ooh, okay, that's not good. Let's stop sharing. We'll try that again. Maybe I need to cancel my my full screen thing here. Maybe this will help. Let's try this again. I definitely don't want you guys having a stroke from all the flashing from the thing. So let's share. Yay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen. So I'm going to be off screen for a minute here. So again, this is Canva's homepage. So you can create video, Facebook posts, Facebook ads, Instagrams, Facebook covers, Facebook event covers. Almost everything on social media is a different size and shape. And the cool thing about Canva is that it has the right size and shape. So you can see that I've got an unnamed design because I was playing with things yesterday. So that's probably what we'll play with again. And then we've got Facebook Live placeholders. But anytime you want to create a design, you just create a design. It'll give you some links, but you can also search for something different. So you could do Facebook event cover. So I'll just type in Facebook event cover. So you can see it starts to show up. Facebook fundraiser cover photos. So there's a lot of different things that you can do here within Canva. And then if you know you want something that's a certain image or custom size, you can do that. You can also import files. Good morning, Gloria. Thanks so much for tuning in. It is good to see you there. So let's go ahead and go to a Facebook post. So if we wanted to create a Facebook post, we just click on it. And then look, it gives us all of these different templates that we can use. So if you're going to talk about COVID or if you have a sale, anything that you do, we've got birthdays. So this was for Martin Luther King's birthday. You can do birthday posts, pretty much anything. They've got tons and tons of ideas for you in here. You can also search different things depending on what you're trying to do. So if you are trying to promote a webinar on Facebook, you could actually search for webinar and it will actually give you some post ideas for people that were doing webinars. Now, again, these are really cool. These are really cool for these people's design and their brand. Okay, so that's really important. And again, I think it's $119.40 a year for premium Canva. I do encourage you to upgrade to premium Canva simply because of some of the benefits that you're going to see that I'm going to show you that you get that will help you with your design work. So yes, Gloria, thank you. Yes, design is important. So I'm glad this is helpful for you. And thank you all, everybody else, for tuning in too. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to pick this one for fun. So this one, for instance, if I was going to go ahead and use this as an image in my Facebook, it doesn't match my branding. It's not my colors. It's not my fonts. It's, really not anything that I want to be working with. So I'm actually able to go ahead here and change the font. So KendraCorman.com, the fonts are Belleza and Railway, and Brittany. And then I have, you can see my untitled brand kit here. Open Sans and Open Sans Condensed are two that I used for H2H consulting. So, but we're going to go ahead and use Belleza. Let's see, which one? Let's do Belleza for the this one, but you can see this font's a little bit smaller, so I can actually make it a little larger. Again, we'll use Belleza there, but we're going to go ahead and use Railway for everything else. But you can see these fonts come a little bit smaller, so we're going to have to step them up a little bit. But you're literally just highlighting what's there, and you're able to just change it through the drop down. Okay. So super easy to use, super easy to create it. Sometimes I don't like how they set up their templates. So as you can see, like with this one, they put everything in like itty bitty little boxes. And it's like, I don't necessarily know if I need everything to be in little itty bitty boxes, right? So I could do a, how to develop content ideas. PEV. Oh, okay. Like I can't spell. So my webinar that I just had earlier this week and last week was how to develop content ideas for your social media in 2022. It's not the exact title, but it's close. And then I could actually make it bigger just by dragging it. And so I don't even need to guess what it's supposed to be. Now you see that pink line that shows up. This will actually tell me where I need to put things and what it's lining up with so that I'm actually able to line things up so that they go where they're supposed to go. So we could do date, January. Today's the 20th, but we'll do the 17th. Time, because I did one on the 17th at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern, because I never understand if it's Eastern Standard and Eastern Daylight, so I don't want to put EST and EDT because I think we're in Standard right now, but probably wrong. Okay, and then so you can do that. Then I could go ahead again, make this bigger. I could, here is the picture. I can go to my uploads. I can go to photos. So again, so if I wanted to use like a different photo, you can literally just drag it and look, it goes right in the same exact frame. So we'll use like this one. You can also upload your own images in here. And so when you upload your own images, you'll have your own headshots and different things. So I've got lots of headshots of me. We can put this one in here if I wanted to use myself. All of that is just really easy to use right there. So, and then we know these colors aren't exactly what I want. So what you'll see is you can see Kendra, the H2H primary colors and secondary palette. I also have saved in there the Kendra Corman palette, so you can see that. I can change everything that's white to one color. So we can do that. So you can see all of those things. These are, I think, a pink color. So again, so you can see this light pink up here. I can just click on that, and then I can also find the document colors. But if I wanted to go with what was in this photo, look, it pulls the colors of the couch out. So I could actually make these the colors of the couch if I wanted to coordinate it more with something that was there. So again, you can change these or you can delete them. So all I did is click on it and hit the delete key, and I can actually delete any of these. Ooh, and then now I can do Control Z for undo. Um, I can, again, just be careful when you're clicking on things. You can also send things to the back. So I just right clicked on that and it'll let me send it backwards. And now you can see how this is on top of the text. So it's easier to select. So that's something that you can do. So again, you can make things as easy or as difficult, um, or complex as you would like. Inside the elements, what you'll see here, you can do lines and shapes and different graphics of, like, I'll put a crazy one here. You can put lines and shapes and graphics in here to represent different things. With the Super Bowl coming up, you can do some football ones. Clearly, that must be why it's popular. But you can search for different things. You want a ripped off piece of paper for to go over your under your webinar title. You can use that, and drag it around. And a lot of these images will let you change the color of the image. It will let you remove the background. You can do some filters. I mean, there's just a ton of different things that you can do. But one of the things, again, that I'm going to caution you about is that there's so many options that you can get crazy and then it can look not so good. So be careful with that and be very particular with what you use and then how you do it. So again, like I said, you can publish directly to Facebook or you can go ahead and download. And you can download, it'll usually give you a suggestion, but there's a ton of different ways that you can go ahead and download in a bunch of different formats. Okay. You can also animate and download as a video. So if you click on something, you can see the animate button here. So I could have that, fade in, and if you roll over it, you'll see it. So can come up from the bottom. This can type it across. So you can do GIFs, you can do just tons of different things with it. So again, you'll start to see it. Anywhere you see this crown, these are premium items. So you have to be a paid subscriber to get that, but you can do a lot of this even without that premium subscription. Personally, I prefer the premium subscription because, well, one, I'm a big Canva fan. And overall, again, $119 a year isn't terribly expensive in relation to the $50 or $60 I pay a month for Adobe Creative Cloud. But again, having these options, having these different formats that you can use and do is just a big help. But there is text level animation and page level animation. So you can actually do things that will animate the entire thing. And again, you can do it as like a 5-second video. So you have a little bit of a GIF or GIF, however you pronounce it, through things. So just something to keep in mind as you are working in Canva. So that's just a little bit of thing. Now, if you have this design, and again, whatever you type in is really what it titles it. Again, you can go ahead and download in any type of thing. If I wanted to take this and again, it would probably need a call to action. We could add a button. Let's see if there's a nice button here. We can do a play button, a subscribe button. Let's see if we've got a nice. So again, we could pick a button like this. And you could do something, and again, you can see all these colors here. So you can see how it has this fading so that it's got like a 3D effect. We could change these colors. So I'm just going to pick, those don't look too good together. There we go. That looks a little bit better. So you could change these colors to different things. Again, like I'm just randomly trying it here. So, so I could just do it all, both the same color too. So you can see how it's all built in to give you the little bit of effects. And then what I can do is actually add text on top of it. So again, here's text. And then I could do add a heading, because again, this comes out of my Untitled brand kit. So this comes out from the HDH consulting version, and see how it lines up with those pink buttons or the pink lines. That really helps me do this. So let's go register now. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this white so it stands out. So again, I'm just going to click here and make it white. And then I'm going to change the font again. And again, there's a ton of fonts that are available for free. And then there's a bunch that are premium. So again, anytime you see this little crown, you have to be a pro user and you can use it for free. So you can, or I should say free, nothing's free, right? It's included in your subscription cost. So let's go ahead and let's make this like 30. And then, again, it's there and it looks like a button that people can click. So something else to think about and talk about is if I click on this, I can also create a link. Now, in a Facebook image, it's not going to be clickable because it's the post. So when they click on it, they really need that text click or that text and link in the description to be able to click on it. But that doesn't mean I don't insert this image into an email or an email newsletter, and I want the graphic itself to be clickable. So I could actually click and just do kendracorman.com/webinar. Because that was what I used. And then once I look at it and download it, it will actually be clickable. So I'm going to go ahead and download it and I'll open it in a minute here. Oh, it's going to be looking at stuff. Let's move this off of that screen. Let me save it to my desktop. Okay. And so what you're able to do is export that PNG entirely out of there. Now, again, PNGs don't have clickable links, so I would actually have to export it as a PDF to be able to do that. But again, you can see all of this here. And again, you can link things to different things. If I wanted to link the whole button, I could link the whole button. And again, you can just copy and paste your stuff there. Couple of other things to note is you can group some things together. So if I hold down the shift key, I can actually group all of the text together. And you can see you get group. So I can move all of that around. And again, I can hit Control Z, and then I can also ungroup. This is important, especially if you're going to use a lot of these little elements. So if I was going to use stars. So again, this had some stars in it and stuff like that. So if you use a lot of little stars and you want to insert them and have some half off the page, half on the page, again, you can get really, really crazy in here. And so I caution you about that and want you to be careful. But okay, so here's the cool thing. So if you do resize is awesome. And it looks like resize is now just premium. Ooh. That's good. So again, another reason to get premium. If I wanted this to now become a YouTube thumbnail, I can copy and resize it. It automatically opens up a new tab for me. It's copied it. So if I look here at the title, it's going to tell me it's a YouTube thumbnail. So it pre-labels everything that I was doing. But now see how much wider everything is? So if I go back again, let me go back to this window. See how like sort of squarish this one is? And then this one is wide because this is widescreen for YouTube. So again, just something to take a look at. And so now I'm actually able to go ahead and adjust it to fill up this screen. And because I've got more room to work with, maybe I want to make everything bigger. And again, all I'm doing is clicking on things and dragging it. And then when I drag it around, it's going to give me these guidelines again and to go ahead and line things up. So you can do things like that. But maybe, again, it's got too much space over here. So maybe I want to center everything, um, in a different area. Again, you can do all of that. So you can see how it lines up, tells me I'm in the middle of the button, and then it tells me I'm centered on the button. It's just an amazing tool. So again, just something to think about. And I do love what that has. What clicking function, Gloria? So that's a good question. So Gloria has a question. This clicking function has always been a frustration for me. Is that the function for the link on the button inside Canva when you're creating links? I don't know. There's a delay, so I apologize. But if there's and then I'll be sure to jump into the conversation and answer some questions later. Yes, the link on the button. Yes, so the link on the button won't work in graphics. It'll has to be downloaded really as a PDF to be clickable to that level. Because again, PNGs are they're images, and images are usually not clickable. So I'll go ahead. I'm going to download this as a PDF for fun. And then, so again, we're just going to download this. So let's open this up. And you can see see how it turns into a hand. So it didn't turn into the hand when it was an image, but now it is turning into a hand. And then if I click on it, it might not open because I didn't do look, this event's no longer available because it's over, but at least it got you to the right place. So you can see how that can do what you need to do for that. So hopefully that helps. Again, I don't recommend doing buttons and images. I just wanted to show you that you could do it in case you were creating it for something else. And again, you can make the whole image clickable, which is what I would recommend, into whatever you are inserting it into, as long as it's not into Facebook directly. So just something to think about. Always put that link there so that people can see it. So I hope that that helps. And again, you can resize. If I'm like, now this needs to go on Instagram, or this needs to go on Twitter or LinkedIn, I can go ahead and keep resizing it, and I can resize it from whatever's the closest. So for instance, I happen to know, I think LinkedIn is going to be, let's see, LinkedIn post is 1200 by 1200. So I would probably resize more directly from the Facebook image that rather than resizing from the YouTube image, because the YouTube again is that horizontal image that you would have there. So any questions about that? If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go back again to this home screen, and we're going to go ahead and create a design, and we're going to create another Facebook post. Okay. And here in this Facebook post, we're not going to use a template. We're just going to make our own. And it's super easy again to do it. All you have to do is just use whatever it is that you have here. So again, I can use any of my colors. I can drag and drop elements. So let's go a frame. So let's do a photo frame. So they got lots of these things. So that's the photos, graphics. Let's see. Sorry, thank you, Gloria, for letting me know that there was not any sound. Sorry you logged out. I missed it. Of course, I stopped logging. Oh, of course. I apologize. So again, you can look up photo frames and different things that you're able um, to click on, drag and drop. You can resize them. Again, just looking for those pink lines. They've got a bunch of different templates, is what I was talking about with text, but I do prefer to just use this heading, subheading, and body text and then dragging and dropping it. And when this is a T, you're actually able to go ahead and drag it around a little bit. And again, it tells you when it's centered. So you can see that center line. So I know it's where it needs to be for what I'm working on. And so, and again, you can change the font, you can change the colors, you can change the sizes. All of that is right here. And again, you can give it effects, you can animate it. Just a lot of really cool tools in there. And again, starting from the templates is a great way to get started inside Canva. You don't necessarily need to be using it all of the time, but the templates can get busy. Okay, and they can be outside your brand because they look really cool and you can really engage with them, but they might not be what's right for you. So, if you find a template you like, you might want to use it as a variation multiple times. Again, try and keep within your brand as much as possible. So, using your brand colors, using your brand fonts, and I would use mostly on social media, I would use your web based fonts because those will relate more to what's on your website. So I hope that this has helped you. Sorry, I disappeared for like 2 minutes because I had to cough and I muted myself and then I didn't unmute myself because I totally forgot. So I apologize. Um, so thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth, also for just texting me because I did not see that before. So I apologize. Um, but if you guys have any questions about Canva, let me know. I'm working on getting us an expert into the group to do a presentation who is amazing at Canva. She's a Canva Pro person and she is a member of the group. So I'm hoping I can get her scheduled to do a live video where she can go a little bit more into detail than I do. I just wanted to give you guys an overview of Canva and what it could be because surprisingly enough, I ran into somebody last week that didn't know anything about Canva. And once we were able to show her what she could do, it's so much easier than what she was doing inside Adobe's Photoshop and is allowing her to more quickly and easily get her work done. So, thank you so much for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions? So yes, it would be great to have her. So I'm working on it. Just got to find the right day and time to get on her calendar. Any other questions about Canva or social media posting or anything like that? I do want to share one thing. So tomorrow night, which is Friday, January 21st, my course is closing its doors. So if you are interested in learning from me in my new course on content marketing, the doors close and it will not be offered again in 2022. I'm only offering this course once in 2022. And it's yet to be seen if it'll be offered again in 2023 because I am working on a new email marketing course after this one. But I want to make sure that I'm providing you with relevant content and training so that you can do your own marketing at the level that you want to do it at. Because there's so many moving pieces and so many things changing on a regular basis that as we develop our core content in our social media posts and things like that, I want you to be able to engage and do the best content possible. So that course is, sorry, let's see, silence. That course will start on January 31st, and I am doing Zoom live Q&A Zooms with the course. So I'm trying to keep it very small. So it's going to be very intimate so that I can provide individualized attention to everybody in the course because I don't want you to have to feel like you're going through it alone. So I'm really excited about it. You can access the course at kendracorman.com/yes. If you want to sign up, you can get to the registration that way. And I really hope that if you're interested and you have any questions, let me know. But it closes at 10 p.m. tomorrow, which is Friday night. Again, 10 p.m. tomorrow on January 21st is when it closes. This is my first course. And again, I really want it highly personalized. And so I am only limiting it to a handful of people and trying to keep it personal. But there are a couple spots left. And I would love to have you join. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Gloria, for tuning in, and I appreciate you attending. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I look forward to coming to you live every Thursday from 11 to noon Eastern. Between 11 and noon Eastern is my goal, with different information that I can share that will hopefully teach you some more things about marketing so that you can do better marketing on your own. All right. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of your day. If there's no other if there's no other questions. Thanks again, Angie, for tuning in. I appreciate it.